Hi guys, how's it going? In just a couple days, Game of Thrones Season 6 is going to be premiering. Normally before the season premieres, I like to take whatever hairstyle we've seen in the promotional photos and do a tutorial for that so that you can have something to do for the premiere. But in this season, all our leading ladies are in some sort of disheveled, shaven state. The only person that we've seen wearing braids so far is Sansa. And it's a very easy style. You'll see here that it's just a couple of lace braids with a large, loose braid falling over the left shoulder. But that makes it a good opportunity for those of you who are looking for a simple hairstyle to get in on the Game of Thrones action. So here's the tutorial for Sansa's escape from Winterfell. Start out with your hair brushed and tangle-free. Do any sort of prep you like for braids if that makes your hair easier to work with, but it's not necessary for this style to do anything in particular. Once ready, part your hair down the center like this. For the first braid, pick up a little bit of hair at your forehead, right next to your part. Split this into 3 strands like you would for a classic braid. Except for this, we're going to do what's called a lace braid. So weave the top strand closest to your part over the middle, and then bring the lower strand over the middle so the strands switch places. Now pick up some more hair from your part right next to the forming braid, and add this into the top strand. Weave this larger top strand over the middle. Don't add any extra hair to the bottom strand, and just bring it over the middle like normal. Pick up more hair from your part, add to the top strand, bring over the middle strand, and so forth. Adding in hair only to one side of a braid is what makes a lace braid. Keep braiding towards the back of your head. As you move back, pick up new hair a little farther down from your part each time, so that the braid begins to have a gentle downward curve. Don't make it slope down too much, because we don't want the braid to drift down more than a couple inches from your part. If you're having trouble with this, just try to keep the lace braid close to your part, and it will probably slope down a little bit naturally. When you reach the back end of your part, quit adding in any new hair and braid down to the ends normally. If your hair is really long like mine, there's no need to use a hair elastic to hold this braid together, since we need to undo some of it later, and it won't unravel very much between now and then. If your hair is shorter and there isn't much length in the braid, you probably should add a small hair elastic to the ends to hold the braid together for now. Over on the other side of your head, pick up a small section from your forehead right next to your part and start lace braiding again. For review, this means adding in new hair to only the top strand before weaving it over the middle as you braid backwards. Make this braid drift downwards as well by grabbing new hair at a slightly farther distance from your part each time. Don't fret too much about making it exactly the same height as the other side, but we don't want it to look starkly lopsided either. As the second braid forms, you might notice that this looks a lot like Sansa's very early Winterfell style in Season 1. I love this about her character. Throughout her storyline, she's trying to blend in to survive, and we can see that in her hair as she mimics that regional style. So when she moved to King's Landing, she had the large hair roll. When Marjorie came, Sansa wore some loose twists like her. With Baelish, Sansa's hair looks a lot like Catelyn's. And now that she's back in the north trying to survive her crazy new husband, she's wearing a northern braid style again. If you haven't noticed this before, check out some of my other Sansa hair tutorials and you'll see the trend. Now once you've got 2 braids finished, pick them up and bring them together at the back of your head. Tie them here with a small hair elastic. You can decorate this by sliding a hair bead up the braids and over the elastic, or attaching a little decorative hair clip on top of the elastic. From here, unbraid anything hanging below this hair tie so that it becomes a more cohesive ponytail rather than 2 separate braids next to each other. This right here is actually cute style itself, so if you like this, go ahead and stop here. Sansa does wear her hair loose like this often. But if you want the full braid, divide all your hair into 3 even strands and start braiding normally. Do a couple stitches behind your head, and then you can bring the braid over your left shoulder where it's much easier to braid. Do this down to the ends, and then to get a more relaxed feel, tug on your hair a bit above the braid and pull on the braid strands to fluff them up a bit. And there you have it, Sansa's easy braided style from the beginning of Season 6. If you enjoyed watching this video and want to see more, I have a lot more Game of Thrones tutorials on my YouTube channel, Silvousplaits. To check them out, simply click on the pictures if you're on a desktop, or press the pop-up message at the top right of the screen if you're on mobile. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you again later.